There we go. All right. Hello, hello. We are going to get ready. Make sure you have some water close by and some light weights and some heavier weights. We have in our Barre-bata class today. So if you have taken a bar class with me, it is a very similar format, but we are going to be a little bit more high intense today. So we have 4 exercises per round, and we are going to repeat those 4 exercises 2 times through, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, for a total of 4 minutes per round. And then we will pause and take a breather in between each round. So we are going to just start with a quick little warm up before we go into our shoulders section. It's going to go shoulders, triceps, and go from there. So let's get some music. Let's go for it. All righty.
Welcome to Tabata. Are you ready? 5.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear the music. Let me know if you can't. We are just going to inhale those arms up and bring them down and up. And if this is your first time moving today, take it a little low and slow, because we will get nice and warm.
3, 2, 1, stop.
All right. We're going to take it a little bit wider. We're going to do windmills, touching the feet one at a time.
3, 2, 1.
We're going to sit into that hip. Hand comes down, opposite hand to toe. Sit those hips back. Good job. All righty.
Round 3.
Let me
5.
pause that. We're going to do some jumping jacks. Step it out. Now, for your jumping jacks, you can press those hands forward and back, up, or out, or do a combo. Nice soft feet.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Good job. All right.
Round 4.
From here,
5.
bend those knees. Arms are going to come right up over the head, one arm at a time. Big circle, meet it to the top. Circles to the back, down, up. Almost like you're doing a swimming motion. Really full range of motion with those arms.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Good. All right. We're going to go into a little bit of heel kicks for our next round. Bring it down, kick. And how quick you go is up to you. With Tabata, you can take it a little slower and do less reps, or go a little quicker and do more. So listen to how you're feeling today. All right. Hands up. Cross body crunch. Hands up. We're going to sit those hips back into a little squat, opposite elbow to knee, and switch sides. All right. Goal is to get our heart rate up. We have 2 rounds left. We're going to go fast feet. Bring it down and let those feet move as fast as you can. Fast feet, fast feet, fast feet. Almost there. All right, last round. Taking it into a nice low squat and adding a punch. Bring it down, punch, down, punch. Nice little torso twist. job, you guys. All right. We are going to breathe for a few seconds while we get ready for the first round. So our first round is going to target our shoulders. So this is where you're probably going to want your lighter weights. So I have my 2-pounders here. Remember, if you don't have light weights, you can always use water bottles or cans of soup, whatever you got, or just pretend you have some weights. It's going to go lateral raises for the first round, front raises for the second round. And then we have some overhead presses for our third round. And then we are going to drop it down to the floor and do some push-ups. So part of this workout is getting up and down from the floor in 10 seconds. It goes fast. So remember, take your time if you need to. Breathe through those exercises if you feel you're getting winded, and take it at your own pace. That's the benefit of having a time-based workout. So if you're feeling good, make them a little quicker, get in a couple more reps, and slow it down when you need it. All right. Starting with our lateral raises with those weights. Pick those up. We're going to bring them out, in, out. Think of leading with those pinkies. Good. Here. Nice flat back. Good. All right, we got front raises first. They always start out feeling easy. Roll those shoulders down and back. Arms to the front and lower. Nice job. Now, if you have a heavier pair of dumbbells, you can switch to them. I'm going to use my 5s for my overheads here. We're going to take it into that nice wide stance. Bring it down, press them up. Straight up over the head. Think of bringing those elbows a little bit more forward. So if you see here, warming up those legs. Nice job. All right, down to the floor for those knee push-ups. Place those knees down. Here we go. As many as you can. 20 seconds. But you never knew 20 seconds could feel so long, but it really does go by quick. Almost there. Woo. All right, stand it up, grab those weights. Lateral raises.
3, 2,
1. Out to the sides. And if you are using really light weights, feel free to add a little pause at the top to add a little bit more time under tension. Good. All right, front raises.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Arms come right up to about shoulder height. While you are in this position, make sure you are still tucking that tailbone under just a little bit. Good. All right. Overhead presses. Press those hands up over the head. Drive those hands up. Nice job. All right, down to the floor. This is your last set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Push that floor away.
Welcome to
All right, good job, you guys.
Are you ready?
No, we're not ready. All right. Breathe, you get a minute. This is your time to get some water while we review the next round. So next round is going to be a little bit more of those triceps focus. So we have our kickbacks. It's going to be round one. We extend those arms back, bend and straighten. Then we have some extensions, some straight arm extensions. So that is where those arms are going to come behind, and we are going to lift up behind. They come back down to the hips and back up, squeezing those triceps. And then we have some little teeny extensions all the way back. So instead of bringing those all the way up, we're going to row, extend, back, and down. So we're just going to add on to that first section. I'm going to walk us through it too. So if you're like, I'm not going to remember all of these, that's okay. And then we have some overhead tricep extension here. So we're almost ready. We are going to start with our kickbacks. All right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Row it up and just extend those elbows. Back, in, back, in. Nice soft bend in those knees. Good. All right, this is where those straight arm pulses are going to come back. So palms to the ceiling.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Back, back. Nice and controlled. You can also face the palms towards each other. Really just preference there. But try to keep those arms straight. Woo. All right. Row to kick back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Row it, extend, bend, lower, row, bend. Whew. All right, I'm gonna drop one of my dumbbells here. You can keep two. I'm gonna put it up over the head. Elbows are gonna bend.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Back. Extend. Try not to let your back arch too much when your hands are overhead. It will arch naturally, but still try to keep that nice neutral spine. Good. All right, back to those kickbacks.
Halfway there. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bend it in, extend it back. Squeeze in those triceps when those arms are extended. Woo! All right, straight arm extensions to the back. I'm switching to my 2-pounders.
5, 4,
All right,
2,
arms to the hips, up, back, up, back. You can place your thumbs right on the bottom of those weights. Ooh, feeling it. All right, breathe. Row to kick back.
3, 2, 1, go.
Row it, extend, up and lower. Keep breathing. Whew. All right, last one. All right, press it up. Keep those elbows tucked in.
3,
Don't let them come out too wide when those arms, we don't want them out here. Think of bringing them in just a little bit. Good job. All right, we are going to move to some of our lower body.
Here we go with 5,
No, not yet.
4.
All right. So our calf round is next. So I'm going to grab my little chair close by just for some added stability. All right. So we have our first position parallel, our first position in our V position. So parallel, hips, first position V, and then we have a second position.
Well, he quit smoking. He ain't been smoking all the stuff there because the smoke was really affecting everything too. It wasn't gonna.
All right, so we are almost there. Take a minute. And we are so close. Do, 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 do. Alrighty. I lied. We have a single leg calf raise for our third round, and then we go into our second position. Get those single legs going. All right. Starting with our first position, parallel.
3, 2.
Ooh. All right, so parallel position, lift, up, up. Good. Take your time with these. Really try to get up onto those toes. Spread those toes into the floor. Squeeze those calves. Woo. Good. All right, bring it into first position, toes apart. Little bit of a V stance. Lift, up. Squeezing all the way through. Squeeze those glutes in the back too. Core strong, shoulders are down. Bend those knees, give them a stretch. Right leg is gonna go first. Tuck that left leg behind. Lift 1, 2, 3. Just like that, good. Lift and squeeze. Almost there. I know. Good. Stretch out that foot. We're gonna go to our second position, nice and wide. Turn those toes towards the diagonals. Squeeze and lift. Woo. Really lift. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Take a stretch. All right, we're gonna go back to our parallel position. Calves are gonna feel it. Hip width. Squeeze and lift. Now how many and how quick you do is up to you. You can go double time or take it slow. Take it out. All right. First position. Toes apart. Squeeze and lift. How are those calves feeling? Get that blood pumping. Good. Bend those knees, press those heels into the floor, give it a stretch. Left leg, tuck that right leg behind.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Lift. Ooh. You're getting a cramp? I feel you. Lift it, squeeze, we're almost there.
3, 2, 1, stop!
Stretch out that left calf real quick before we go to our second position, which is our last one.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Squeeze and lift. Good job. Stretch out those calves. Give yourself a second. Sorry, I thought this music was edited, guys, but it's not. All right. What do we have next? We have our biceps. All right, we got some. Actually, we'll skip. We'll keep going with our thighs. Let's get our legs a little bit more out of the way. So we're going to go to our thigh round. So we have some lunges and some squats back to back. So we're going to be focusing on our lunge. So if you have your chair, this is where you can have your hands for a little bit more added support. You're going to step that leg back, and I'm going to have a little bit of that nice forward lean here. This right or left leg is in front. It's square in line with my ankle. We're going to do a pulse. So it's going to go 1, 2, together. And then same leg goes back again, 1, 2, together. That's round 1. Left leg first in the front. And then we're going to go into our chair pose. So we are going to bring it hip width apart. Arms are going to come forward as we sit it down into a squat. Now here is where it's going to feel like your back is going to want to arch here. Try to maintain that neutral spine and keep that tailbone tucked under as you sit back into that chair. It's going to help protect that low back a little bit more. Okay. From there, we are going to add in a pulse after that, but we are just going to go down and up. And if the arms coming forward throw you off, feel free to just cross them or hold them on the hips, just like that. And then we're going to go with our right leg in front and do 1, 2 together, and then back to our chair for our 4 rounds. All right, here we go.
Welcome to Tabata.
All right, we're going to start with that left leg in front. Right leg is going to step back.
3, 2, 1.
Bring it back. 1, 2, and up. Really press through that front foot, especially that heel. Hands are very lightly resting on that chair. Good job. All right. Into our squats. Feet are just about hip width apart, maybe a little wider. Arms come forward, down, up, down. Again, you can go half time, a little slower, or if you'll to bring it a little quicker if you want to get that heart rate up. Whew. Right leg is in front, left leg's coming back. Step it back. Little pulse together. Shoulders are back. And we're breathing. Squats. Here we go. right, left leg in front. Repeat, bring it back for 2. Together and back. Tuck those hips. Remember, if you have sensitive knees at all, you don't need to go down super low. All right, right leg. We're almost there. Bring it back and in, out. Add that pulse. Three, 2, 1, stop. Woo! All right, last one. We're almost there. I know those thighs are feeling it. Bring it back. I like to bring my elbows towards my knees. Think of pressing those knees outwards. Don't let them cave in as you're coming down. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, breathe. Nice work. Woo. Winding myself out. All right. Continuing with those thighs, we have our plies and our pulses in our nice plie position. So we have we're going to start with wide second pulse. So that is toes pointing out, shoulders above hips, like you're sliding down a wall. Find your position that you are most comfortable in. That might be right about here. Or if you are bendy and you are flexible and you're good, you can come all the way down, whatever is comfortable. But the goal is you're going to be holding in this position, pulsing here for round 1. And then we have our diamond pulses. So 2 options here, right about here, heels together, toes apart. Again, if you are new to bar at all, you're going to automatically, your back is going to arch here. Tailbone is going to flare. Think of bringing it under. Tuck that tailbone so that it is pointing towards the floor, shoulders above hips. It's going to engage those glutes a little bit more. And we're going to pulse here in this position. Now, how far you come down is really just up to ankle mobility as well. So as long as your heels are not coming up off the floor, you're good. As soon as those heels start to come off the floor, that is where your bottom is. So that's where you're going to stop. And then from there, we're going to bring it back out to a nice wide second, and we're going to do a full grand plie. Full grand plie. And if you were a prima ballerina in another life, go ahead and add in those arms. If you're like, Elena, I'm not doing that, hands on the hips is fine. So that's round 3. And then we are going to switch to some leg lifts to the front on the right leg for round 4. And then when you do the last one, you'll switch and do the left leg for round 8. Don't worry, I'll call it out. All right, we're going to start with our second position plie pulses. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, here we go. Take it wide. Bring it down, tuck those hips, low, pulse. You're going to feel the burn, enjoy it. Think of shoulders over hips, best you can. Press through those heels, wrap those knees backwards. Woo. All right, heels together, toes apart. Bring it down, tuck those hips, tailbone down. Squeeze and lower. Little pulses. It's super small.
Now I figured.
The jump scare. Pulse those knees. Woo. Good. Shake it out. We have our grand pliés nice and wide. All the way down, all the way up. Arms out, bring it down. Out. Lower and up. Down. Full range of motion here. 3, 2. Woo. Good. All right. On that left leg, right leg is going to come out in front. Lift, tap, lift, tap. Little bend in that knee. Now I know it's really enticing to want to get that leg up there as high as you can, but it's all about control, strengthening those hip flexors. So stay within your range of motion. Go ahead, bring it down, hold it, pulse, back to that nice low position. As low as you can comfortably. That's okay if you're right here. We just want to lengthen and strengthen those quads. More time under tension. Good job. All right, slide it in. Diamond. Heels together, toes apart. Tuck those hips, lower, pulse. Sometimes it's helpful to put one hand on your stomach, one hand on the top of your tailbone. Sometimes it helps with that cue. Small movements. Good job. All right, grand plie. Down and up. Keep breathing. Press through those heels, shoulders over hips. All right, left leg, front kicks. Little bend in the knee. Lift, lower. You don't want to let yourself come forward to meet that leg. The leg should really be the only thing moving. You might feel that a lot in this hip flexor. Yay! All right, take a stretch if you need to. Stretch out those hip flexors. No, we're not ready. Ah. All right, grab a sip of water and take a second. Alrighty, we're gonna go to our next round. All right, we have about 15 minutes left. Each round is 4 minutes, so 3 rounds-ish left. All right, perfect. So we are gonna go into our glutes round. It wouldn't be a bar class without glutes. So we have our glutes round, which is all going to be on the right leg. So we have 4 minutes on the right leg. It's going to be wonderful. And then 4-minute round on our left leg. And then we're going to finish with our core round and go from there. And if we have a little bit of time at the end, we can finish with some bridges or anything like that. So I'm going to move my little chair out of here because we are going to start. Actually, we're going to start standing with our standing glutes, and then we are going to make our way down to the floor. So round 1 is long leg standing. So we're going to be on our chair, bring that leg back. We are going to do everything on the right leg first. So the right leg is going to be up in the air. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Right leg first. So that leg is just going to come up and tap, up and tap. So it's a straight leg, just like that. And then we're going to go down to the floor, hands and knees, and we're going to do our donkey kicks. And then we are going to do fire hydrants to the side. And then we have some rainbows side to side. All right. So we are going to start standing with our leg lifts. All right.
Welcome to Tabata. Are you ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Here we go. Right leg, send it to the back, lift, lower. Keep those hips and tailbone tucked under. It's going to limit that range of motion a little bit, but when that leg hits the top spot, squeeze in that glute, lift and lower. Keep those hips square to the front. Don't let that hip turn out to the side. Down to the floor. Donkey kick, right leg. Bend that knee, bring it down, up, down, up. You can do full range of motion here, or you can hold it and pulse it up if you want a little bit more intensity here. Hold and pulse. Good. All right, from here, we're going to do rainbows. So straight leg side to side. Extend that right leg out back, lift to the corner of your mat, to the other corner of the mat. Again, your back is going to arch naturally here, but try to limit as much of that arching as possible by tucking that tailbone. Up and over. Good job. All right, we have fire hydrants on the right leg. It is going to be straight out to the side and in. Here we go. Lift out, in, lift. Squeezing. How's that left hip feeling? That standing leg really does put in a lot of work to stabilize us. All right, stand it up. Same thing, right leg to the back. Step it back, squeeze and lift. My left leg is slightly bent, but my hips are still square. I'm not turning it out. So think of keeping those hips facing the floor. Good, all right, donkey kicks, full range or pulse.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Down, up, down, good. Lead with that heel and squeeze at the top. Nice job. All right, we're so close. We have two more.
Round 7.
Rainbows, side to side.
3, 2, 1, go.
If your wrists start to get sore at any time, feel free to drop to the elbows. Fight that burn. Ooh. All right, last one, fire hydrants on the right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
As this gets more difficult, limit the range of motion, so just make it smaller.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Woo! All right, take a stretch of those hips because we're going to do our other side. All right. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. Nice stretch here is if you're on the floor still, take it into a nice little pigeon on the right. And then same thing on the left. Stretch out that left side. This side's going to be a little bit more intense just because we already worked both sides already. So we're going to do the same thing. Standing first, donkey kicks, and same thing. So think of when you're in that forearm position and our hands and knees and that leg comes up, obviously here that back arches. So when you're here, re-tuck those hips under and then you'll feel it engage right about there. So it comes under and it comes up, and where it stops is where it stops. So try to limit the back arching there. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Let's do it. We're almost there.
Welcome to Tabata. Are you ready? 5,
All right, left leg going back.
3, 2, 1, go.
Tap, lift, tap, lift.
Round 1.
Hips are square.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Nice job, down to the floor.
Round 2. 5, 4,
Hands under those shoulders.
2, 1, go.
Left leg up. Retuck those hips. Press through that heel.
3, 2, 1, stop.
All right, we have our rainbows. Side to side.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Stay strong in that upper body as well. I know it's easy to let that go and not think about it, but really engage those shoulders, pressing them away from the wrists.
3, 2, 1, stop. Round 4.
Left leg, fire hydrant.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Really work on that range of motion here.
Round 5.
Stand it up.
Halfway
Woo.
there. 3, 2, 1, go.
Left leg. Bring it down.
Round 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Doing good. Get that full range or pulse. Squeeze. Core strong. Shoulders are pressing away from those wrists.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Nice job. We have one more round.
Round 7.
We're almost there. We'll finish with our core work.
3, 2,
Rainbows, side to side. Try to limit how far you are leaning into that right hip. Try to stay right over that knee.
3, 2, 1, stop.
Woo!
Round 8.
Fire hydrants. You heard the man, last one. Almost there.
3, 2, 1,
out to the side. Reducing range of motion as needed.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Woo! All right, take a stretch. Take a stretch. We're going to move into our core rounds, and then we are done. All right. For our core rounds, we are going to start with just an elbow plank, a basic good old plank. And then from there, we are going to turn it over onto our backs. And whatever dumbbell you have, you are going to place it between the feet, come back onto your elbows, make sure those hips are tucked under. And we are just going to tuck those toes down and tap that dumbbell there. And then we are going to lay it back onto our back and do some scissor kicks with that weight up above our head. Now here is where if you need to modify, you're going to modify in a bent knee position, and you are going to do some toe taps with bent legs. Or straight legs for level 2, or level 3 is going to be both legs at the same time. Okay, so choose which level is right for you. And then for our finisher at the end, we are going to do our side to side twists. And if twisting is not your favorite thing, we are going to just hold it back here and pulse with that weight close up against the chest. And that's our final round. I go a little bit over, but that's okay. All right. Plank it out. I want this to be the best plank you've ever done in your entire life. Bring it up. Squeeze all the way through. Ankles squeezed. Glutes are squeezed. Core is engaged. Shoulders are pressing from the elbows. Only 20 seconds. You can do anything for 20 seconds. We're already more than halfway through. Good job. All right, grab that dumbbell, whichever one you want. I'm gonna use a 5-pounder. Why not? Bring it back onto those elbows and let it tap the floor. I'm gonna work that lower core as well as our hip flexors and quads. Woo. Good job. All right, hold that weight straight up from the chest and choose which one you are going for, whether that is bent legs, straight legs, or double legs. And you can let the head rest on the floor, or you can pick those shoulder blades up and work that upper core a little bit more. A good sign to know is if your low back is coming off to modify. All right, twists, side to side, side, side. And if twisting is not right for you, you're pulsing here, holding that weight against the chest, lean it back and front. Nice job. Flip it over. Plank. Here we go. Bring it up. Hold. Nice strong plank. Think of a nice long line. Woo. Nice job. All right, weight between the feet or no weight at all. Tap, lift, tap, lift. Oh, I never set my watch. My workout doesn't count. Good, I'm feeling it. Feel that burn. We are so close. Ooh. Nice job. Lay it down. Make sure that low back is pressed into the floor. Super glue it there. Don't let it come up. Good. Just working to keep that low back on the floor is going to engage those core muscles. All right, last one. Yay! Good job. All right, don't mind the music. It's just going to keep going. Go ahead and rock it back into a child's pose. Reach those arms out. Good. We're going to bring that right arm, bring them right underneath us first. We're going to reach that arm up to the ceiling. Open that chest, bring it down, left arm, extend, up. Good. All right, walk it out into hands and knees, cat and cow. We're just going to move through these real quick. Give your body a chance to recover. Walk those hands out a little wider. Let the hips come down. And now you can modify, bring it down onto the elbows or stay upright. Good job. Bring it all the way up to a down dog. Press through and walk those hands into the feet. Roll it on up to standing. Go ahead and shake out those hands. If you have your chair close by, bring it into a figure four. Give those hips a nice, well-deserved stretch. Same thing, other leg. All right, shake them out. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone, on this Friday. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Thanks for joining.